Hello, this is day 20, the 20th day of our Bible reading plan, going through all writings of the Gospel of John. Today we get to a story in chapter 12, which is a week before Passover. This is Jesus' last Passover, so it's a week before we start the Holy Week, the week before his crucifixion. He's in Bethany, and we know this story is going to happen because chapter 11 yesterday covered it. It just alluded to it, so we'd know who the players are, who the Mary was. This is the Mary, sister of Lazarus, that where Jesus stayed at their house and stayed there often, and they're just overcome and overwhelmed by the miracle of Lazarus' resurrection, and they cannot express their emotion about this. Still, they're having a party for all of the disciples. Mary and Martha and Lazarus are hosting them, and Mary comes and anoints Jesus' feet. And some things about this we need to point out because they're different than our situation now. Foot washing was actually very common, but it was usually done by the servants, by the slaves. They would assign them to that. The host wouldn't do that. You wouldn't stoop to that level, so to speak, because that's an ugly service, and it's necessary, but it was dirty. It's kind of like cleaning the toilet. You got to do it, but it's always a dirty job. Well, foot washing was commonly done, but it wasn't usually done by the hair. She let down her hair to wipe his feet. Jewish women hardly ever let down their hair in public. So this is kind of exceptional. And she used oil. She used perfume, and a lot of it, a pound of perfume. We don't know how much these translates to, like half a liter, whatever perfume weighs. We don't know. But it was a lot. It was way too much. Usually you take perfume, you just put a little bit so that it would start the fragrance. But she poured it out, lavished it out upon him. And the expense of this was immense. 300 denarii, that's nearly a year's wages. So can you imagine, whatever you wrote on your taxes last year for your AGI, that's what you give to Jesus. That's what you pour out for Jesus. Almost like Judah says, he'd say, what a waste. Service done to Jesus is never wasted, no matter the expense. It's never wasted. This was prefiguring his crucifixion and his burial and his anointing there. So we see that's kind of setting that up for us. Another thing that's set up for us is Judas's heart. He was already a thief. He was already a liar and deceiver. It just hadn't come out yet. But we see that's already implanted there in our story. Well, just remember, when we offer service to Jesus, it's never a waste. Be blessed.